Hi, Servus. Wollte nur mal Hallo sagen aus Lincoln, Nebraska.
Hello and welcome to Out and About. I'm Diane Gonzalez. It's time to get in the holiday spirit in Lincoln, and today's show features some of the most popular holiday events in the capital city. Joining me for this holiday extravaganza is Jeff Mull from Visit Lincoln. Jeff, welcome.
Yeah, it's so great to be back in a very festive mood here. We've got our trees and our candles and our garland.
I need to give a shout out to Andrew Fuller, who helped me with these extravagant decorations.
I like it.
I noticed the snowflakes are a little crooked, but try not to let it bother me.
They all fall at a different range. I mean, they're never straight when they come flying out of the sky, so don't worry about it. It's all good.
If you want to see something that's very professionally done as opposed to this, Zoo Lights, powered by LES.
This is one of the region's largest lighted displays, particularly at a zoo, but bigger than anything you're going to see in a lot of areas in the region. To have a 40-foot Christmas tree, a lighted tunnel, some great lights that make you wonder, how do they do that? It's just such a great opportunity to take your family out, bundle up for some cooler weather, make some s'mores, enjoy some beverages, and see Santa. Just be a part of a magical experience at the zoo.
Took my family last year, right after Thanksgiving, and it was magic.
It's so much fun, and thank you so much to LES for their support of this event. And it's a big event for the zoo and a big event for the community. It draws regionally. We've actually taken a look at some of the hotel overnights. People are coming from across the region, and pretty proud to be a part of that display.
And all the proceeds help take care of the animals.
Yeah, that's an important part of a zoo. Taking care of the animals.
Now, this often sells out, so advance tickets are highly recommended.
Yeah, jump online at lincolnzoo.org and get your dates reserved for Zoo Lights.
And if you haven't had enough lights, head on out to Haymarket Park, Nebraska Christmas Light Show. You stay in your car, you don't have to get cold.
Drive through.
Yeah.
Bring your own goodies for the car. Drive through. Bigger and better than last year. If you had a chance to go through it last year, a lot of people said, it's pretty cool. But this year it's a lot bigger trees. And if you know the grounds around Haymarket Park, you're just going to make one big loop around Haymarket Park. And it takes you a little while to get through because it's really cool to see.
Very cool. All right, time to go shopping, of course. We've got a couple of fun activities to shop local. One is the Falling Snow Craft Fair at the Event Center.
Plenty of room at the Lancaster Event Center to do some Christmas shopping by going to a craft fair and gift the gift of originality when it comes to the holiday season.
And then the Sunday Farmers Market is presenting their 2022 Indoor Holiday Harvest Market. This is the group that puts on the farmers market at on Prescott.
Prescott. And what's neat about this is a lot of people now are thinking about sourcing their foods for their dinner table by going to local fairs just like this. So great opportunity to load your dinner table with local products.
At the time we are taping, they did not have a location announced yet, so sundayfarmersmarket.org is the website you'll go to find out exactly where that is.
Yeah.
And while you're out shopping, get your photo with Santa. Have you had your photo with Santa yet,
No,
Jeff?
he was here last week about 9 different places in Lincoln. I know he's real, and he was everywhere. So this is your opportunity to head down to South Point Pavilions, 2901 Pine Lake Boulevard. Get a chance to see Santa now through December 24th. We don't want to say he's taking up residency, but that's a pretty good spread of dates to go see the big guy.
Well, and he's splitting his time between South Point and Gateway.
Yeah.
He's also at
Yep.
Gateway.
Yep.
And you can book your reservations for those photos at shoppinggatewaymall.com.
I remember those days well.
Santa must, he gets around.
He knows when you've been naughty or nice.
Oh, that's kind of scary. All right, what would Christmas be without some great holiday music? And you can check out the Very Merry Christmas Cabaret at Tada.
This is one way to help celebrate the holidays by joining Bob Rook, his entire cast over the Tada Theater. Downtown Lincoln, get yourself an overnight, get yourself a dinner, and make it a weekend right in town for Tata Theater.
All right, then Lori Line is back at the Rococo, and this is her annual holiday show. Kids are welcome at the 90-minute concert. You know, this kind of confused me. It says the concert will also feature the Bellmeister, ringing in Christmas and the New Year. I looked up Bellmeister and I couldn't find
Couldn't
anything.
find anything.
If anybody out there knows what a Bellmeister is, they need to let us know.
And if you're curious, you just go to this event and you let
There you
us
go.
know who this Bellmeister cat is.
We need someone to report back from Lori Line's concert to tell us what a Bellmeister is. It should
I'm
be-
intrigued.
All right. Also at the Rococo, local favorite Andrea Von Campen. This is her 4th year for her production, and she is just coming off a movie and a release of the soundtrack for that.
And she will share the stage with friends and family and their takes on holiday classics. This will take place at the Rococo Theater. Great setting for a holiday musical.
The film is called A Chance Encounter. So her career is really taking off, and she's got a big career ahead of her.
We'll be excited to see what happens down the road.
A couple of the holiday events at Aubin Music, starting with A Thrill of Hope, Christmas with Aubin Music.
Chance to enjoy the choir, the ringers, the brass, the chamber orchestra, and a great opportunity to celebrate Christmas. There will be a free will offering to benefit the Food Bank of Lincoln as well. First Plymouth Congregational Church, great destination for music, especially in the holiday season.
It is, and December 31st, they're going to have their annual Last Blast with the Plymouth Brass. This is going to feature one of America's most celebrated young organists. His name is Nathaniel Gums from Yale.
Yeah, he'll pull out all the stops for this final concert in 2022. This free will offering will go to the Lincoln Music Teachers Association. So it's great that they're recognizing multiple nonprofits and benefit organizations throughout the holiday season.
I like that, pull out all the stops, because you know organs have stops.
Got it. Now I do.
Now you do. All right. Holidays are also the time for some great theater, and of course, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer will be back. This is the junior version at the Playhouse.
Yep, this will be an opportunity to join Rudolph in his journey. He encounters fellow misfits only to realize that the home is where he's belonged the entire time. Great opportunity to take in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer
Red-Nosed
Jr. at the Lincoln Community Playhouse.
And the big lesson, what makes you different can be what makes you special.
Great message.
Yes, it is, for all of us. All right, Holiday Inn at the McDonald Theater. Nebraska Wesleyan is presenting this musical featuring classic Irving Berlin songs like White Christmas.
Yeah.
And there is some confusion. Is that movie Holiday Inn or is it White Christmas? Well, I looked it up. I did my research. The Holiday Inn was the 1942 film, and White Christmas was the 1954 film.
So,
This
yes.
is based on the 1942 film.
Of
But
Bing,
it's
Bing
got
Crosby, Fred Astaire, everybody. This is one of my favorite holiday movies. Like, we pulled it up 2 years ago and I had my kids sit down. I don't know why I like this Christmas music so much and that movie itself, but I'm going to circle it. I'm going to be at the McDonald Theater through December 11th at some point to see Holiday Inn.
And the song White Christmas was the Academy Award winning song in 1942.
Yep.
So Wesleyan does a great job.
They do.
All right. Here's the scary one. I did not know this. Sharing scary stories around the holiday was a long-standing tradition around the world.
Okay.
Did you know that?
No.
I didn't either. So Omni Arts is bringing back this tradition with the Yuletide Fright Fest. 2 nights of terror. You're good at that.
Why are we doing this at Christmas?
Because it's a holiday tradition around the world.
All right. H.G. Wells, Edgar Allan Poe, the Ambrose Bierce, and much, much more. Resonator Gallery at Turbine Flats, 2124 Y Street, 7 p.m., December 27th and 28th.
And check out Omni Arts at Facebook for more details.
Looking forward to it.
All right, let's go to the Lead Center. This first event we're going to talk about just sounds strange, but I'm sure it will be very entertaining. Beyond the Eats, the holiday variant, Alton Brown Live.
A culinary variety show at the Lead Center with Alton Brown. I've seen some advertising for this. Looks like a lot of fun.
It could be the hit of the year.
Something completely different.
It is something.
Are we doing that later?
I should have put that
Okay,
down there as
all right.
something completely
Okay.
different. I didn't have one this
I
year,
know.
this time. So, all right. Also at the Lead Center, a classic holiday event. This is a big tradition. 38th annual production of the Nutcracker.
200 local student dancers will take part in this. It's part of the local Lincoln Midwest Ballet performance group. You'll see the signs in the front yards, my son or daughter's in the Nutcracker. This is where they're going to be. This was one of my first opportunities dating my wife. When we were dating, she took me to the Nutcracker for the first time. This was my first ballet. Pretty cool stuff.
Well, good.
It's real. And to have local people on stage, it's neat.
Did it help cement your relationship?
It did. It did.
That's
She
good.
brought some life to me.
All right. The Grinch is also coming to the Lead Center, and Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the musical.
A record-setting Broadway holiday sensation coming to Lincoln. Max the dog narrates as the mean and scheming Grinch whose heart is 2 sizes too small. This is a holiday tradition. Lots of magnificent sets and costumes. Lots of great things happening with this production.
And it helps remind us of the true meaning of the holiday season.
People don't forget that.
All right. If the weather's nice, it's a great time to get outdoors, get the family outdoors. Pioneers Park Nature Center is the place to go. They've got a couple of events coming up this month. One is the Christmas bird count. It's not taking place on Christmas, though. It's taking place on December 18th.
Yeah, from 8:30 to 10:30 in the morning at the Pioneers Park Nature Center. This is a great way to watch experts catch and count birds as part of the National Audubon Society's National Bird Count. It's interesting to see how this happens. They band them, they chart them, safely done. It's super, I've been there. It's a fun event to go see.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Then also on December 21st, Pioneers Park Nature Center is sponsoring a twilight hike, and this is the Winter Solstice Sunset Hike.
Mouthful, it's nocturnal wildlife, astronomy, and natural history. Please check in 15 minutes prior to start time so they can get a good idea how big the group is going to be. 4:30 to 6 o'clock on Wednesday, December 21st.
All right, New Year's Eve is coming up again, and of course there are tons of events going on all around the community, but there's a special one for kids, the Make Believe Midnight, that happens during the day. So you can celebrate with your family, celebrate with the whole family,
Yeah.
the ringing in of the new year.
You and I have done this show a time or two, and we've talked about this event a lot. My favorite thing to talk about is the bubble wrap stomp. The opportunity that parents have to go down as a family, like you're saying, and celebrate New Year's Eve, get the kiddos home, get them tucked into bed, maybe the babysitter or an older sibling watches them, and then mom and dad get a chance to go out that night as well. So great opportunity at the Lincoln Children's Museum to do something fun with your family.
All right, LincolnChildren'sMuseum.org is the website. And Jeff, tell us what your new website address is.
Well, our new website address is, it's still the same, lincoln.org, but we have a new name, and you look at behind us, we used to be the Lincoln Convention and Visitors Bureau. Now we're quite simply called Visit Lincoln, which is
better.
more indicative of today's industry standards when it comes to tourism. And jump over to lincoln.org. Lots of great things going on our website, much more colorful and vibrant, a true representation of the community that we represent at the Convention and Visitors Bureau. Visit Lincoln. I
Visit
know,
Lincoln.
it gets me every time. But you'll see the logo in front. I'm so happy with our internal team for what we've been able to do, and looking forward to a very busy year in the months ahead.
All right, thank you, Jeff, for joining us, and have happy holidays.
Yep, you too, Diane.
All right, during the break, we'll check out some of the other great activities going on around town. And then Charlie Schilling will join us from Pinnacle Bank Arena and Pinewood Bowl. Stay with us. Welcome back to Out and About, and my guest now is Charlie Schilling. He is the Director of Booking for Pinewood Bowl and Pinnacle Bank Arena. Charlie, thank you so much for being here. You've already had your big holiday show, and Pentatonics was a big success.
Thank you. Well, we're very festive here.
Yes, we are.
Happy holidays to everyone, and we kind of kicked off the holiday season last week with a capacity crowd, and it was just wonderful to kind of hear from the artists from the stage say it was the biggest show they'd ever been a part of.
Now, we are running a tribute show to our good friend Tom Lorenz, who passed away October 1st. And on the show, Kent Wagamont tells a story about how he didn't really think Pentatonics was going to sell, but Tom Lorenz knew.
Yeah.
And that was one of Tom's gifts.
Well, we sometimes have our gut instincts, and sometimes we're right, and in this case, Tom nailed it.
Well, he was right most of the time.
very much so.
We talked a lot about Tom's different families. His, of course, his immediate family, his children and his wife. Then there was his the concert family. There was also a very tight work family there at Pinnacle Bank Arena. There still is.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, thank you for mentioning Tom. We miss him. It still feels very surreal, but I can tell you the staff is coming together. But I will tell you, Tom created a culture of family, and there are, I was trying to count how many employees have been with him over 20 years, including myself, at least 6 or 7 of us. So he really did kind of build a culture of family, and we miss him very much.
And he built a good foundation for you then to move on forward and as a
Yeah.
work family, keep building it.
Yeah, as a work family, and of course there's an expression, the show must go on, and so as a legacy to Tom, we celebrate him. We do our best to, kind of put our best foot forward and to make good things happen at the building, and I think things are coming together well.
All right. We miss him every day.
We do.
All right, let's move on now to basketball. Of course, this is the holiday season, but it is also the season of Nebraska ball.
Nebraska ball, yeah, it's fun to see the men and the women out playing basketball again. Both teams are competing well, and I know that the fan base is getting excited.
The women's team has 5 games in December. The men's team has 2 games, and then something called the first inaugural Battle in the Vault. Tell me about that.
Well, we are working with a promoter that has brought together 6 teams, including the University of Nebraska men's basketball team, and there are a total of 3 games that will be played over the course of December 20th, and it's called the Battle at the Vault, appropriately, and kind of a fun sweep of 3 games.
Now, it's called the first inaugural, so that kind of sounds like they want it to continue.
They do. We're building a base here. We invite fans to come out, and if we can support this, it has a chance to come back.
All right. Well, let's move on to concerts then, because you're able to squeeze a few in between the basketball games. Starting with February 16th, Blake Shelton will be here.
Blake Shelton, of course, he, I think, announced his retirement from The Voice. I'm not exactly sure the timing of all that, but I'm sure that his fans know more about this than I do. But he will be at the building on the 16th of February. It's sort of that first quarter winter time frame, and we know people will be starving for entertainment.
Now, one of the blasts from the past will be there, of course, March 25th with Journey. So many hits from that classic band.
Journey is a classic rock in many ways. They're also with Toto, and as a drummer, I'll just tell you that their one song, Rosanna, has what's called a purdy shuffle. It's a really complicated beat, but you can't really tell it because they make it look so easy. But anyway, Journey with Toto on the 25th.
I'm going to look that up.
Yeah.
P-U-R-D-Y.
Maybe P-E-R-D-I-E.
Purdy Shuffle.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Okay.
The very next day then, Mercy Me will be here in Lincoln.
Yeah, back to back. Sometimes it just works out that way. I am really excited about Mercy Me. We haven't had the opportunity to do a lot of Christian type shows, so this will be one of the first as a standalone concert, and I know that the show is set up in a very intimate setting, so don't feel like you're going to be swallowed up by the big mega arena because it's being set up for a more intimate kind of play.
All right. Now, before we tape today, Charlie asked when we were going to start airing this because he has an announcement, but he can't announce it until a certain date. So we're going to hold the show for you to announce that on April 29th, a big star is coming.
Yeah, on April 29th, we'll be hosting Morgan Wallen. He is a very popular, very hot act right now. We expect the demand to be through the roof. He is sort of on fire, and we're really excited to host him for the first time in Lincoln.
And the tickets go on, the pre-sale starts December 9th, correct?
Correct.
All right. A couple more concerts, country concerts for Pinnacle Bank Arena have already been announced. Kenny Chesney on May 13th and Shania Twain on May 19th.
Yeah, we're excited about both of those. Shania is technically probably near capacity, so that's a thrill for the building. You never know when they release more tickets, so keep trying if you want to get Shania tickets. And Kenny is doing well. The on sale starts December 1. So that will be a fun opportunity for people to get to see him, who traditionally does bigger shows like in stadiums in Kansas City.
Perfect. Well, it is only December, but we do have an announcement already for the big Pinewood Bowl season. That's probably going to start in May. Chicago will come back to Lincoln on May 12th at the Bowl.
Yeah, Chicago is our first announce for next season. 2023 is looking to be really fantastic. We have a number of, the process sort of includes putting offers out there. And so last year we did 14 shows, and I think that there's the potential to kind of get close to that number again.
All right. How much do the extra amenities and the wonderful renovations that Tom oversaw, how much difference does that make in getting acts to come to Lincoln?
I'll share this story with you. When we first opened it, the artists could not take a shower before their performance. They can now. Personal hygiene matters to these performers. It's wonderful. I can't tell you how amazing those facilities are back of house that really allow us to host the kind of artists that serve that property well.
Yeah, the kind of artists that Lincoln and that beautiful Pinewood Bowl deserve.
Exactly.
Charlie, thank you so much for being with us. If you'd like more information, you can go to, is it pinnaclebankarena.com?
Yeah.
And pinewoodbowltheater.com.
Correct. Good
All
job.
right.
Yeah.
Charlie, it's so good to have you here.
Thank you.
You for joining us here for Out and About. I really appreciate it. This is all for today's holiday edition of Out and About. I want to thank Charlie and Jeff, and thank you for joining us. We hope to see you out and about, and happy holidays to you and your family.
Servus. Wollte nur mal Hallo sagen aus Lincoln, Nebraska.